Hey guys, welcome to my update on David. David is 2 years, 4 months old, so he's almost 2.5. I cannot believe that he's 2.5 and he's going to be 3 in like 6 months. I cannot believe that. But I haven't done an update on David in quite a long time. I think like 6 months. I think I did an update when he was 21 months old. So, and I'm late on his like 2-year update, but that's just how things roll with having a new baby as well as having a toddler. Things are kind of crazy over here. But let's get in and start talking about David. So the last stats that I have on him were from his 2-year doctor's appointment in January. So that's 3-4 months ago. But I will go ahead and just share what percentile that he's in. For his height, he was 35 inches, which put him in the 82 percentile for height. So he is tall. He's always been in the 80th percentile when it came to height, so he's just a tall kid. And then for weight, he's kind of on the slender side. He was 27.6 pounds, which puts him in the 41 percentile for weight. So he's going to be tall and skinny, just like I've always said, and my husband and I are both pretty tall and slender, so that's where he gets that from. So he's going to be a tall and skinny guy. What David likes to do, we have him in a toddler gym class, like a mommy and me gym class. He loves it. We've been doing that since he was not even 2. So he's been in that since he was 18 months old, I feel like. We started in September. And it is, what is it now? May? So we've been doing that for a while. It's coming up to our end. We're going to have a little show with the mommy and me class. So that's super cute. He loves it. He loves running around. He loves interacting with all the other kids and balancing on the balance beam. That's his favorite thing. And then just running around and acting crazy. He loves gym class. He has so much fun. And I have fun too. And I'm exhausted by the end of it. So it's kind of like a workout for mommy too. So we love the gym class. He loves to run. He likes to run in the house. He loves to run outside. He likes to run wherever we are. He thinks it's the best thing ever to run and to run his little legs. He's so cute when he runs, and I love his little stride. He loves cars and trains. Those are the two things that he is super into right now. Anything cars. He loves his little Hot Wheel cars. We have them all over the house. He loves to play with those and just driving them anywhere and everywhere. He loves his little Hot Wheel cars. And trains, we have a bunch of the wooden track, all these different pieces that go together. He loves that. And then just to play with all the little trains that, they have the magnets that goes together. He's into that. As far as TV, we don't really do too much screen time. He gets maybe a show or two a day, but he likes to watch Little Einsteins. He kind of likes Daniel Tiger. He used to like that a lot more. He's not really into that as much. And then he likes watching this one channel on YouTube called Coil Book. He loves it. He just wants to watch show after show. It's pretty educational. It's based on transportation vehicles, so it's cars and trains and ambulances and police cars, but it also teaches shapes, colors, numbers, letters. So it's pretty educational, and he really, really enjoys that a lot. As far as what David likes to eat, he is so funny. He was super, super picky. I feel like a couple months ago he started to not like foods that he has been liking, and he kind of had a eating regression, and now it seems like he's kind of getting back on track. But he loves pears, are his favorite fruit. Vegetables, it's still really hard to get him to eat vegetables. Sometimes he'll eat peas. That's really about it as far as vegetables. He likes pickles. I don't know, does pickles count as a vegetable? I feel like they do because they're green. But he loves pickles and pears. Those are his go-to. He also likes strawberries and apples. He loves mango too as far as fruit goes. He loves bread. Oh my gosh, anything bread-based, this kid would just eat bread all day. So he loves pizza and grilled cheese and just slices of bread. He's just he's a carb loader. He definitely takes after his mommy. And he loves cookies and muffins and anything sweet. We really limit sweets, he never gets candy. So occasionally he'll get chocolate in the form of chocolate chips and cookies and things like that, but we really try to stay away from sugar and processed sweets are not the best. So we really don't let him have too much of that, even though he would totally eat up all the candy in the world. Okay, so for his speech delay, I've had lots of questions lately on how David is doing with talking and his speech delay and how that is. He is still very significantly delayed when it comes to his speech. He only has about 20 words right now. We have definitely seen a big increase in his vocabulary, really since Bradley was born, which is interesting because my speech therapist told me that, when a second baby is born into the family, that a lot of times there is a speech regression and they will like stop talking or not make any progress. Well, kind of the exact opposite happened, where I feel like his speech and his language really started to flourish in the past couple of months. So he really started naming colors and shapes, which is really interesting. So he has like 4 colors. He knows red, blue, yellow, and purple are his colors that he will say unprompted. And shapes, he will say circle, triangle, and rectangle. And he's really into identifying shapes and colors. He's known his colors for a long time. Like if you asked him to point to green, point to blue, point to pink, he would point at all the colors. And same thing with shapes too. Like he would point to all of his shapes. He just wasn't verbalizing it, but now he can verbalize those words I just mentioned, and he is super into like everywhere we go. Triangle, triangle, circle, circle, red, red, blue, blue. So he loves to label all those things, and he's really into shapes and colors right now, which is funny. He will sign 4 things. He signs more, milk, eat, and please are his signs that he will do. And then he says like 6 to 7 animal sounds, like roaring, hissing, things like that. So he is really, really still delayed when it comes to his speech. We are seeing improvement, which is really, really good. Right now he is doing early intervention still. He does that until he's 3, where we have a speech therapist who comes into our house once a week for about 45 minutes. And she plays with him and interacts with him. I honestly don't know how much that has helped him. We've been doing that for a year. I love the speech therapy. There's nothing, there's nothing negative about it. So we've been doing it for a year. But honestly, it's hard to say if the speech therapist has helped him or if he's just started to talk. It's hard to say. But we love our speech therapist. And it's just nice to have somebody else come into the house and like interact with him. And she also teaches me things, and I just love having her here. And we just started doing something new too, is that she recommended that we have an evaluation done at our hospital, like through their outpatient speech therapy lab. So we had that done. They really didn't give me too much detailed information there, like on David's speech, but they said that he is significantly delayed, which we've all known. They didn't really give me much more information than that, but they are suggesting that we do like outpatient speech therapy with him. They suggested that we do it twice a week to take him to the hospital, where they'll do like a 30-minute session with him, and I would not go into the room. It's just like the therapist and him in like a speech lab, which I thought that was a lot to do, like 3 speech therapy sessions a week, where we'd have like the early intervention come in for once a week, and then for me to take him twice a week to the hospital. I felt like that was a lot, especially with having an infant. So we're going to be doing 1 time a week at the hospital, and then have the speech therapist come here once a week. So he's going to be having 2 different sessions every week. So I feel like that's doable right now. And I'm excited to see what happens, and maybe he will start talking even more. Communication is getting a little bit easier now that he can kind of like communicate a little bit better. He can say no, which is fun. I love that. Although like no kind of means like no for everything, even though it means yes sometimes. But it's still helpful for him to kind of express himself through that. So he says no for no, and he says da for yes, which is kind of funny. Or feels like agreeing to something, it's da. So we are starting to communicate a little bit more with him, which is making things much easier. And he's happier now. I think that he can start to communicate more. Like he can point and say water, like that he wants water. He can point and say like triangle and blue, and he says animal sounds, and it's so much fun seeing him start to talk and to verbalize and communicate. So we are definitely on the road to him talking and communicating much more. And this is David. Say hi. Can you say hi to the camera? What do you have? Do you have a train track? David.
It's an electrical pole.
Oh, you have an electrical pole that goes to your train track? Yeah? Can you say mom? David, can you say mom?
Mom.
Can you say daddy?
Daddy.
Can you say circle?
Circle.
Can you say triangle?
David, say waffle.
Wow.
Can you say purple?
Wow.
Good job. What else can you say? Can you roar like a lion? Can you hiss like a snake? What does a monkey say?
Oh,
David, what's a fish say?
What does the owl say?
oh, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I love you.
I
give mommy a kiss?
No.
Video, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Can you wave bye-bye? Bye! That was super adorable.
Yes, it was.